And now it's time for Crocheting with Ron. Wait, that can't be right. Now it's time for Oh, okay. Now it's time for Crotchety Old Ron. That makes much more sense. You're listening to The Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Thank you, it's enough.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Please take your seats. The standing ovation is very embarrassing for me. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, please, sit down. Oh, you are too kind. Thank you. Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ron Van Dam. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. Please sit down already. That's enough. Thank you. Thank you for the many cards and letters and emails and the money that you send through the mail and the offers for sexual encounters. But please, I'm only one man. Unless, of course, I have a split personality, then I'm only two men. Okay, that'll be enough. That will be quite enough. Thank you. Thank you very much. For those of you that aren't familiar with the program, you lucky bastards, huh? Well, I have a great show for you today. I really do. But before I embark upon that, and quite an embarkment it shall be, there are certain rules and regulations to the program. It would be wonderful if I were able to speak properly, but I am so freaking tired. I do this show very, very early in the morning, and I'm not really equipped mentally to encounter this type of pressure. So as a result, my tongue moves faster than my brain does. Actually, everything moves faster than my brain does, so that's not a big deal, really.
This is the Ron Van Dam Show. Thank you for coming. Your waiter will be along shortly. Please be advised that the Ron Van Dam Show has been designated as a non-smoking area. Please watch your step while boarding the Ron Van Dam Show, as contents may have shifted during travel. In clinical studies, the Ron Van Dam Show has not been shown to reduce cholesterol in laboratory animals. Exits are located to the rear on the left and right sides of the auditorium. The sea bass is steamed and served with a white truffle risotto. Illinois residents add 5% sales tax. Shake before serving. If dizziness or swelling occur, stop using the Ron Van Dam Show immediately. Proper ID is required. No cover charge after 10 p.m. Moo. Listening to the Ron Van Dam Show may require you to lift objects weighing 15 pounds or more. Please remain seated until the Ron Van Dam Show comes to a complete stop.
There you have it. A little education on your part could never hurt. Right? Yeah. Well, it can, actually. I had a professor in college. I actually went to college. Raise your hand if you went to college. But nobody has any hands? What's the deal here? I went to New York University, the entire university I went to, at the Washington Square location. If you never lived in New York, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. College is interesting, man. I don't understand why they have it. I get the grade school thing. I'm pretty down with that. You know, you go to kindergarten and then you start with first grade. What better place to start than with the first grade? And you end with the last grade, which is 12th grade. So that's like 11, 12 years of that. And they try to teach you things that basically never come up again in life at all. I think I took trigonometry. I don't even remember. I think I took it. I took algebra. Let me tell you something. I didn't have to take any of that stuff because they invented calculators. Calculators are baked in everything. There's no reason. All you have to do is when you go to a restaurant, figure out the tip. It's about the only thing you need to do. It's good to have a mathematical background, but unless you're going to become an engineer on a train or build a bridge or something, you don't need calculus. You don't need it. Maybe a little introduction to calculus. And by that I mean calculus, this is Ron. Ron, this is calculus. That's the only introduction you need. History, I didn't need to know all that. I know you have to have a little bit of a background. You can't go forward unless you understand what happened behind you. Except millennials, they just will never understand what happened behind them. But there wasn't a reason to learn about all this stuff. Can I name all the presidents? Not alphabetically. And I probably can't name all of them otherwise, but I pretty much can. If you said to me, was Polk president? I'd say, yes, he was. That's it. And Polk is P-O-L-K, by the way, not P-O-K-E. Just letting you know. I want you to learn something here. I understand that. I understand high school. I understand all of that. Even preschool. It's not even school yet. It's preschool. It's like pre-diabetes. You don't have diabetes. You have pre-diabetes. Will I get diabetes? Maybe not. Preschool, nursery school. There's a lot of stuff that leads up to first grade and kindergarten. All of that, very important. You need a basis. You need a foundation. You need to be able to count to 10. Multiply? Yeah. Important stuff. Speak English? Top of the list. Top of the list is English. Grammar, let's call it. I don't know how you call it in English. Grammar, let's call it. Top of the list. If you don't have any grammar kind of background, you literally sound stupid. You just do. There's no way around it. And it's not good when you want to get a job. This guy can't even talk. This guy can't even write. Can you read? No. Okay, you have the job. I mean, seriously, forget it. Learn that stuff. College? Who came up with that? Look, if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker, actually the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker doesn't have to go to college. All they have to do is hook up with somebody that already bakes, makes candles, or slaughters cows. Other than that, so you got your maybe engineer, you got a lawyer, you got a doctor. I think that's it. That's pretty much it. Other than that, what's the point of college? I'll tell you what the point of college is. To learn how to be a social misfit. That's what it is. How to mix with young adults. They shouldn't call it... the main course in college should be introduction to drugs and alcohol. And some kids already have that. But this is how to mix with other people and get high at the same time. That's all college is. How to party irresponsibly. How to get along with other people in an immature manner. That's what college is. I majored in film and television, and you're saying, Ron, what's the point of doing that? Figure it out. If I had 5 classes, and I think I did, I don't remember, there were a lot of drugs back then. If there were and also sex. If you hadn't gotten into sex yet, welcome to college. Welcome to college, ladies and gentlemen. If I had 5 classes, 4 out of 5 of those classes were sitting in auditoriums where there was a tiny little professor. I don't know how big the professor was because I was all the way in the back of the room, and all the professors at the front of the room looked very tiny to me because they were far away. Perspective. It's all perspective. There were a good 100, 200 other people in the class with me, and Seriously, you know what? Seriously. And this professor would stand in front of the classroom like in an amphitheater. They were actually amphitheaters. And this professor would just be chatting and talking away. Doesn't matter. He could have been talking about algebra or deep sea diving. It didn't matter because no one was listening. Except there were always 5 people out of 100 that seemed really intensely involved. And they really, come on, man, seriously, intensely involved. What, you can't daydream? See, going to college, going to university in New York City, it just doesn't work. There are too many distractions. Like New York City is a distraction. Everything is there anytime you want it. All forms of entertainment, every single nightclub you can think of. People. There was a lot to do at that age. Sitting in a classroom or in an amphitheater listening to some guy talking about skin diving, it just didn't cut it for me and most other people. But at the end of the 2, 3, 4, whatever years you attend of college, you get that diploma. You get that freaking piece of paper. Do you hang it on your wall? If you're a doctor or a lawyer, you do. Otherwise, it's probably lost somewhere. I don't know where my diploma is. I have no idea. It's in the cloud. It's in the cloud. I don't know where the diploma is, but I have one. And the point is, here's what your parents or yourself should do. When you get out of high school, gather up approximately $200,000, give it to a guy, they call him a bursar, give it to the cashier at the college, say, here's your $200,000, and the guy behind the glass should say, okay, here's your diploma. Forget the 4 years of crap that you would have to go through. And it could be a woman as well. I'm not saying it's a guy necessarily. Got to keep things proper here. But that's all it is. That's all it is. It is. When I go to college, give me the money. All right, here's your paper. I don't care if you show up or not. Here's your paper. It says you went to college for 4 years. Now get the hell out of here and get a job. One of the worst concepts ever was the college thing. If you really didn't have to go to it, by society in this country saying if you don't have a college degree, you're nothing, you're a nobody, you're an uneducated fool, and that's just pure crap. That's absolutely ridiculous. I've said this before. When my pipes burst, I'm actually talking about pipes bursting. I'm not talking about other things. It's not an analogy. When your pipes burst in your house, who do you call? The plumber. How much do they charge just to walk through your door? $300. They're doing all right. They're working hard, but it keeps them out of trouble. Did they learn plumbing in college? No. They learned it from somebody else because they were apprenticed to somebody that was stopping leaks right in front of them. And that's the best education there is, to learn from somebody that's doing it, to see them do it for an extended period of time, then you're able to do it. That's education. That's how we should learn, from other people, individually, apprenticeships. It serves a great purpose, 2 great purposes, apprenticeships. 1, you learn directly from an expert, personally, on the job every single day. 2, the plumber or the expert gets your help for really cheap or for free. It's a win-win for both sides. And that's an education. I don't know how to plumb. I don't know if that's a verb or not. It could be. I don't know how to plumb. If my pipes burst, I'm up shit's creek until somebody can come over and fix them. I don't know how to do that. And if I did, I'd probably screw it up. I need a plumber. That's an important job. That's an important job. Is it like surgery? No, surgery can save your life. This is actually surgery on your water pipes, on your pipes. A plumber is a very important facet of society. We should be bowing to plumbers. If you're at a cocktail mixer, oh, hello, and what do you do for a living? I'm sorry, what do you do? Oh, I'm a PhD, a FID, and I studied PhDing for 20 years in college, and I'm a PhD. And what do you do? Oh, I am a highfalutin attorney. I defend those and I prosecute those in the court of law. Wow. And what do you do? I'm a plumber. You're a plumber. God love you guys and girls who can plumb. Oh, my house would have been flooded if it wasn't for you. Plumbers there should be statues in Italy and courtyards of plumbers. Fountains made of plumbers. You know, or like a big fountain dedicated to the plumbers of the world, with fountain with water trickling out of a wrench. You know, a beautiful fountain for plumbers. They should have that, because they're amazing. Electricians, I ain't touching a live wire. You serious? Get an electrician in here. These are professions that are, and try to get one. Try to get a plumber into your, sorry, I've got a leak. All right, we'll be there in, let me look at the schedule. 3 months? Can you just turn off your water for 3 months? I can't. That's how precious they are. So, college? No, it shouldn't be for everybody. There's no point. Or just go for a year until you get socially messed up. That's also what college does. But seriously, I go back to my original point. Here, give me $200,000. Thank you. Here's your diploma. That's really all we're talking about, isn't it? Here's the great tragedy. These poor little freaking kids who graduate from college, you know, they put on this stupid little cap and gown. They make you dress up like a cosplay kind of thing, like a, you know, make you dress up like I don't know what the hell that is. That you're wearing like a mortar hat. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? The flat cardboard hat? What the hell? Who came up with that? With a tassel hanging down in front of your face, and then you're wearing a robe. What? Who came up with this? Who came up with this as a costume to look like you're graduating from something? Yes, I'm highly esteemed. I have graduated. What are you going to wear? A robe, and maybe slippers. And I'm going to wear a hat that is flat on the top, with a little piece of cloth hanging down in front of my face. And that's how esteemed I shall look. Oh, are you serious? Are you serious? But here's the problem. These poor kids, they come out of college and they're ready to make a living and support themselves, get their own place to live, and perhaps start a family, get a home. Well, that's wonderful. Do you owe any money? Yes, $200,000 for college. And how long do you think it's going to take to pay that off? The rest of my life. College loans. College loans. Should college be free? No, but it shouldn't be so expensive. The price of college should be no more than getting a flounder at a fish market. Well, maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe like a lobster. Because they're more expensive, I get that. But have a kid pay for college education for 20, 30 years down the line? What was the point then? Then what's the point? I'll give you an education. I'll prepare you for life, but you have to pay me for the rest of your life at high interest rates. What? Look, if you can't get a scholarship to college, don't go. Figure another route. But until then, our society has to change. We have to stop saying that unless you have a college degree, you're worthless. You've got to stop saying that because it's not true. Do you know how many schmucks I know who have a college degree? Almost all of them. So stop it. Stop it right now. That's all I'm saying. The other thing I wanted to talk about today, there's something else. Jesus, when are you going to stop? I wanted to talk about, my guest today is with Airbnb. And I don't understand it. I've got to tell you. I mean, I'm going to interview them shortly, and I'm going to be pleasant and supportive because that's what I do professionally. But I got to tell you something. I'm not into Airbnb, and I'll tell you why. Nobody's going to stay in my house who I don't know. Yes, but I'll pay you money to stay in your house. Oh, what am I now, a prostitute? Am I a dwelling prostitute? I don't know you. I don't know your background. I don't know if you smell or not. I don't know if you murdered somebody. But if you give me money, you can stay in my bedroom. What are you, crazy? Well, it's a great way of making extra cash. There's a lot of ways of making extra cash. For me, that ain't one of them. And then you do the flip side. Let me see. I'm going to go on vacation. I could stay in a professional hotel where they take care of everything and the rooms are cared for, and this is what they do for a living, and they're professional, and they have a reputation. Or I can stay in somebody's home. Whose home are you staying in? Your cousin? Your sister? Your brother? I don't know. I don't know who they are. Some guy named Bob. You're going to stay in some guy's house named Bob? Yes. It's an Airbnb. What is an Airbnb? Is that an airline? Is that do they fly to Chicago? No, I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know why it's called that. Yeah, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to have a nice vacation with the family. We're going to stay in somebody's house. Will they be home? I don't know. Do they have termites, bed bugs? Do they smell? Are they on top of a garbage dump? Where are you? I don't know. Somebody's house. I don't know. Well, I guess you're going to save money. No, not necessarily. I still have to pay for it. You're going to pay to stay in a stranger's house? Yeah, it doesn't sound right, does it, actually? No, it doesn't. That's like an Uber. I've been in an Uber before, but I don't understand it. Yes, can you take me from the hotel to the museum, please? Sure. We're a professional limousine cab company. This is what we do for a living. We're licensed accordingly. I've been driving cabs for 20 years. And we are licensed and bonded, insured, the whole bit. Our cars are checked out for safety on a regular basis. We have a whole fleet of taxis. Come on into the cab, sit in the back, and I will drive you there. Well, thank you very much. Or you could take an Uber. Well, thanks for picking me up. What's your name? Singotele. I'm Singotele. How long have you been driving? Oh, about 10 minutes now. I left the house about 10 minutes ago. Get into my car, even though you don't know me. Sit in the back seat. What is this in the back of the car? Oh, my daughter threw up yesterday. And in the back seat. Just ignore that area. Don't sit. But it smells like puke. Hey, open the window. What can I tell you? Hey, come on, get into my car. Hey, little man, why don't you get into my car if you know what I mean? I don't, no. Can I ask you, why did you get into the Uber business? Oh, I sell drugs on the side, and I wanted to pick up a little extra cash. Hey, by the way, if the coils of the back seat start coming through the upholstery and tear into your pants, just move over a little bit. Wow. Hey, why does it smell like a dead tuna fish in here? Oh, 'cause I had tuna fish last night and threw up also all over the back seat. Oh, by the way, that big stain there in the back, don't you can sit on it. It's probably dry by now. My girlfriend and I went to the back seat where you're sitting, and we had a hell of a night last night. We had sex and tuna fish sandwiches. Very, very good. Very good. By the way, I don't know what accent that is. It's just not American. No, thank you. That's just me. I will not engage in somebody's stranger's car, nor in some stranger's bedroom. Thank you very much. That being said, I'm not everybody, and Airbnb does have a little bit of a twist, a little bit of an interesting twist going on here. So let's speak to our guest. Kristie Wolf joins us now. She is the host of the Big Idaho Potato Hotel, which is a weird concept, but yet very successful and very interesting. Thanks for being with us, Kristie.
Thanks for having me.
Very good. Okay, now, you had a dream, and you actually had it come true, and the dream was kind of different than most people would have. Tell me about that.
Well, I really love unique buildings, so it wasn't always the dream to have a potato hotel, but I started off building unique houses to be Airbnb. So I built a tree house in Hawaii.
Whoa. And
off of the success of that, I was able to build a hovel hole and so on and so on. And the history with the potato is that the Idaho Potato Commission created this giant 12,000-pound concrete potato that travels on the back of a semi-truck around the country. About 80% of the people think it's real, and they just do events. I actually was a spokesperson with that potato a lot of years ago, and they kept saying it was only supposed to go on the road for a year, but it was so popular, it kept going, and in fact, it's still on the road today, but with more roadworthy fiberglass potato. And so the Idaho Potato Commission, when they were getting rid of the old one, they actually gifted it to me since I had done all these other weird Airbnbs, and I made it into a roadside attraction / hotel you can stay in.
Wow. I mean, very interesting idea, because people do want something different, and I assume there's a line around the block for this.
Yeah, well, my other ones have been, really successful, fully booked out, and the potato was more of what I thought, this one might not do as well. This is more of a, just for me sort of thing. I really want it. But from the start, huge reception. It went like crazy viral. We had lots of people come from other countries just to stay at the potato. Wow.
And then here you go. Then all of a sudden, the thing happens last year, and now people are out in droves. I mean, the highways are crowded with cars and driving to places to have new experiences, and now you're at the top of your game.
Yeah, well, it was a little tenuous there for a couple of weeks because of people not being able to fly. The phone was just dinging with cancellations, but what was really interesting is people within driving distance really just filled those up pretty much immediately. So when I look at my last year, I had a dip for about 2 weeks, and it totally rebounded.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Have you ever thought of franchising out your idea?
No, I have a small list, a short list of builds that I want to do of unique things, and so I'm currently chipping away at that.
Wow. What? Just to tempt me, what do you have in the works that would blow my socks off?
Well, right now I am about halfway done with this crazy house that was built in the 60s. It was kind of like a time capsule, and it's shaped like a ship, and it's on this high mountain lake in Salmon, Idaho. And it looks like a pirate ship, although it looks like one that got hit by a cannon because it's in such rough shape. So I'm about halfway through with that, and then I am doing some prefab huts in Lakeside, Oregon later this year that are coming from Estonia.
Wow.
But I there's so many cool things on Airbnb, yurts and floating houses that my list might get bigger.
I see. Airbnb's been very good to you, that whole concept, I guess.
Yeah, it's worked out really well. When I started the treehouse, I would say where I'm from, it was a lot lesser known. I think that was about 8 years ago, and now, I mean, I don't know anybody that hasn't stayed in one. So, yeah, what worked out is that their market, a lot of those people are searching for something unique, and that's what I do best.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. When I was a kid, we had a thing called Mr. Potato Head, which I think is not, you're not supposed to call it that anymore. But anyway, so this reminds me of that. And I can't say I always wanted to stay inside of Mr. Potato Head, but I definitely would book this. I would definitely do this.
Well, this is really beautiful on the inside. When I launched it, funniest comment that I got was, the moral of the story is you might look like a potato on the outside, but you're beautiful on the inside.
I don't know why I find that emotionally moving, but, but I guess
it's been a rough year on.
Yeah. So how would a traveler or someone who wants to get away to a different kind of place, what do they do? Where do they go?
Yeah, so on the Airbnb site, they introduced this new tool called Flexible Destinations.
Uh-huh.
So that makes it really easy to find these cool places, and there might be one really close to you that you had no idea about. So if you go to this site and you click I'm Flexible, it'll reveal those unique listings, different categories, floating homes, earth homes, what have you. And then you can also say that you're flexible on your date. So you can say, I'm looking for a week in August or a specific weekend in July, and it's going to show you all of your options, starting with the ones close to you first.
Well, there you go. Okay. That's how you do it, and that's how she does it. Kristie Wolf, thank you so much. And maybe some people will start visiting some of your places even more so, and you'll have to do an entire thing. But I think you will. Thank you, Kristie.
I'd love to have you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Take care. Well, that'll do it for me today. Thank you so much for being here. You're really very nice. I'll be back again tomorrow with another show. I hope you join me then. But until that time actually does occur, which will be again tomorrow, I wish you peace.